Wait comes up, particularly if it's being used as a caveat against Runaway Abstraction. I say I haven't read it, not much of it, but I'm inclined to believe its greatness snaps into focus through expert recitation. Maybe I've never said it quite like that. Maybe I've introduced this received idea more modestly, or even acknowledged it wasn't my own, and that I furthermore can't contribute it. I don't know why I glommed onto it, this idea, since I don't like being read to. And much of the book's pleasure, to judge from the pages I have skimmed, comes from how the words are rendered on the page, where the nonce compounds and neologisms and polyglot puns and all that can be best recognized or at least seen. But I've heard sections of the book read, once at a drizzly Joyce celebration in Central Park that I didn't actually attend. And then in fact I would have been thousands of miles away from where I was living at the time. But this event was vividly described to me. And I've been to readings, and I've stood in parks, and I've felt light rain on my face and my shoes. I think that if you've experienced 3 or 4 components of an unlived experience, it's the same as living it. If a band played at First Avenue during the 1990s, I saw them. But some of them I didn't literally leave my house to see. To return to specifics, I've heard some of the book's passages recited on the internet. It does seem that a good reader, not necessarily a polished performer, but someone attuned to the book's music, can subdue bafflement or boredom or insecurity or resentment or feigned reverence, as demonstrated by the hypnotic 8.5-minute recording made in 1929 by the writer and linguist C.K. Ogden, of Joyce himself reading from Olivia Pluribel. Joyce was an able tenor. Jim should have stuck to music instead of bothering with writing, said his partner and eventual wife, Nora Barnacle. You can imagine, from the timbre and cadence of his reading voice, how he might have plumbed, I don't know, some deathless Irish ballad. The only Irish ballad that leaps to mind is the same one that leaped to yours. Joyce reads more or less in character, slowing down at the end. Tell me a tale of stem of stone beside the rivering waters of thithering waters of. Pre-war audio technology, though it thinned out orchestras, it proved to be exacting about the sound of ghosts. And here the voice is doubly and trebly evocative to me because its grove calls up the Irish Catholic half of my ancestry and the attendant heritage of lyricism and impression about which I'm vaguely and absurdly sentimental and poorly informed. And then the exclamatory reading of the last one-word sentence, night, which reminds me, because it's slippery and nocturnal, of the chord that bookends the hard days one of the Beatles. Joyce biographer Richard Ellman explains that Ogden, mindful of Joyce's near blindness, prepared for the session by printing the pages in half-inch type. It's really big, a half-inch. The studio was dimly lit, and Joyce still had trouble reading the words. According to Ellman, he had to be prompted in a whisper throughout. I can't make out Ogden's whispers on the recording, but in a mystical mood this morning, I sensed them floating in the hiss. I was extremely high. I wasn't high, but again, I was able to extrapolate because I have been high before. Some of those chips were mellow and some were kind of harrowing. So as I clicked on replay on the YouTube window, I started to think of other recordings that feature phantom intrusions, unwanted or accidental sounds I've read about but can't hear, such as the soda machine that's said to clunk on Elvis Presley's otherwise ultra-mundane version of Blue Moon, or the telephone that can wake.